the higher and the lower trim. 10-4. Keep it 4-6, thanks. 10-4. 391 to Washington.
Boom, team, tactical protection review. Here's another tactic we're seeing from criminals at gas stations. Surprise, surprise, right? What do we know about gas stations? Gas stations are watering holes. This is where like so many attacks happen, as you guys know. I've seen thousands of these videos. I've been doing these videos for years. Like if you're at a gas station, you need to be on game. Think African savanna. This is where all the predators are hunting all the prey, right? So you're at a gas station already, and you know, what's our first rule? Context. So context is you're at a gas station, so you should be at a code yellow already. Dialing that up, what time of day are you at a gas station? You're at a gas station during night or during peak criminal hours, you know? These are all considerations. The second thing is tactical positioning, as always. How are you positioning yourself? This dude's positioning himself. He's standing there, he's pumping his gas, but he's not like paying attention to anything, right? So in this situation, he's got a sedan. You need to be looking to see who's around you in the sedan. As you can see from the video, these guys roll up. They've got like fire team plus size element, right? And this is something we see a lot with street crime, is they pick their mark and then they overwhelm their mark sensory overload. So one guy gets out of the car and he walks parallel to the guy in order to draw the mark's attention to him. He kind of gets a little close to where the dude's going to notice him and then look at him and lock onto him. While that dude's locking onto him, the other guy's making entry to his vehicle. So you should have already been at a code yellow because you're at a gas station. Now we have to think through the equation, and the equation is there's a car that's rolled up and you should be. The third one is rolling risk assessment. What's everyone doing in my environment? And what are they doing in that environment that is not on the baseline of performance there? So if you see someone who's not just going in to buy something from the groceries, from the gas station or pumping gas, they should get your attention. That guy that walks past him over around the other side of his car should have got his attention. But also the vehicle that stopped and slowed down and he didn't see anyone get out should have also got his attention. One peek to that vehicle could have been his tip to let him know that he's actually in danger and about to be carjacked. The other piece of this is a little bit of awareness goes a long way, right? So seeing these guys and then having a plan. When you pull up at the gas station, context, you're at code yellow, what am I gonna do if something does something to me? I have a big vehicle, so I can stand with my back to my vehicle, or I can stand with my back to the actual gas station and pump my gas and pay attention to what's going on around me and burn through my windows or over the top of my sedan. If I had a sedan, I don't, I have a big vehicle. So it's like a wall basically. And what I do is it creates an alleyway. So people only have two ways of coming towards me because my vehicle is so big. So that really limits people being able to get to my physical body and cause me harm. At these gas stations, what's happening a lot is when you go in to buy something inside, people are hopping in your car, carjacking you. While you're pumping gas, people are hopping in your car, carjacking you. So a new suggestive SOP, standard operational procedure, is lock your car. When you get out of your car, lock your car. When you go into the gas station, make sure you lock your car and make sure you park your car where you can see it while you're paying for whatever you're buying from inside the station, right? So the third piece of this rolling risk assessment, right? So that vehicle that rolled up and no one got out of it, that should get your attention. You want to make eye contact with everyone in your environment, especially if you don't want to be looked at as a mark, someone who does not have confidence and makes a good target. The third piece is you can see that they chose their mark correctly by his reaction to the whole equation. He didn't move, he didn't do anything. He just was like fight, flight, or freeze, right? Those are your three options: fight, and flight. People talk about freeze, they don't talk about. He froze. So that means that they were able to look at him and profile him to understand him psychologically before this happened, which most predators can do because they've been sizing each other up for a long time, and their life has depended probably on their ability to size each other up. Warriors are the same way. We size each other up all the time, and our life depends on our ability to accurately size people up. So these guys sized him up, and they sized him up right. And then the third piece is just simply the reality that you must have the capabilities to defend your people, places, and things if you do see that there's an attack that's about to happen and these guys actually decide to do it. Hey, it's a car, you got insurance, let them drive off with it. Or, hey, you're not doing this to me, not today, and you complicate the battlefield and the battle space for them, and that comes into your right of bang technology and training and capabilities. But remember, self-defense is about the self, It's about you and your capabilities. Personal protection is about the person. What's your ultimate mission? Is your mission just to get home with your family and live your life? Then, hey, this guy may have achieved his mission, right? But you got to think these things through before they happen so you have an edge. All right, y'all, come train with us online. We've got a library of over 70 hours of some of the best instruction like this that will help you live the safest pattern of life possible. Boom, it's finally here. Go to protectornation.com to join the Protector Nation community. Learn online and become part of our Protector Nation family. I look forward to seeing you guys there and for us all to join forces to make the world a safer place by helping good people to become more dangerous. I'll see you there, and until then, be peaceful but not harmless.